How much does he like you? Hello, everyone. It seems that going from having a good impression to liking someone isn't very difficult, but turning that liking into love takes more time. So, how much does the person in your heart like you? Has he made liking you and loving you a habit that matches the kind of feelings you expect? Today, let's explore his inner answers through public video and see how much he likes you. Before we start, please like and comment so that I can receive more information about the other person. The 3 cards in the picture are today's 3 options. Starting from the left, they are the first set on the left, the second set in the middle, and the third set on the right. Please think about the other person at this moment, and then choose the set of cards you feel most connected to based on your first intuition from the following 3 sets. Pause. Once you choose, check the corresponding content. After liking and commenting, let's take a look at the friends who chose the indicator card on the far left in the first group. So, how much does he actually like you? Let's look at the first card drawn, the Fool card. It feels like this person has a kind of hesitation in their liking for you. So most likely, the emotional energy between you and her is stuck at a certain bottleneck period. When she goes through this stage again, she will be a bit hesitant. It could be that she has been ambiguous with some friends for a long time, and she might be thinking about whether to be more straightforward with you and express her feelings. However, she might feel that her inner courage hasn't accumulated yet because this card is actually quite interesting. It depicts a very cute little figure, giving the impression of still being in a youthful stage. As for her, this kind of emotional liking will have a state of probing and hesitation. The relationship between you two might be a bit more than ambiguous and also more intense than just ambiguity. You can feel this person's emotions and intentions towards you, and this person also knows your feelings and intentions towards him. You two might be in a stage of mutual guessing and speculating about each other, with both of your hearts constantly engaged in this process. In this state, I do feel that he is not that firm or proactive. It seems like his feelings for this relationship are not the kind that are unwavering and resolute. However, I sense that he is still processing and thinking about the emotions between you two. Just because he hasn't taken action doesn't mean he isn't moving forward. But I think that in your relationship, you need to pay attention to whether there are any negative voices causing this person to be blocked. When this person looks at your relationship, he is being blocked by these negative voices, which are hindering his feelings for you. He likes the Knight of Cups. You see, I said he actually has this kind of thought. Reconsidering whether to move forward in this relationship, whether to take action. An Ace of Wands also appeared. Right. Next is the High Priestess. As for her level of liking for you, if you feel in your heart that her liking for you is a certain level, please increase that level a bit more, because I sense that for some friends, your relationship is quite unique. The first group might have different energies coming in, but I feel that this person is restraining themselves. If you think that their liking for you is only at a 5, you can confidently raise it higher, because it feels like it. His liking for you is probably around 7 or 8 out of 10, if you think. His feelings for you are very passionate and intense. That is indeed the case. Moreover, he can even do better than you expect. When he is in the High Priestess mode, it shows that he is deliberately restraining some emotions. This is similar to when the Fool card appears in reverse in the first chapter. It clearly gives me the feeling that he seems to be very cautious in handling the emotions between you two. He is examining and hesitating, but I can feel that he thinks this relationship is very beautiful. It's like he has never been this serious before. Of course, he has experienced some emotions in his life, but he clearly feels that the feeling you give him is unique. He goes to savor it carefully and pays close attention. There are actions you can notice. I feel that he should take some tentative actions soon. Regarding the emotions between you two, he also needs to confirm them. Even though he knows about your feelings for him, he doesn't dare to be 100% sure, which affects how he views your relationship. Adding this reversed swords period, there will definitely be some negative voices and negative thoughts, which will make this person feel that moving forward at this moment is not particularly commendable. He might even feel that taking action now would put him in a very passive state. So, I feel that his liking for you is not just a fleeting interest, even though it initially appeared that way. There are indeed some friends with reversed positions, and the emotions between you might be in a kind of hazy state. However, I think this person's feelings for you are not just about liking. He is seriously planning some very long-term things. The Ace of Wands gives me an energy of being wrapped around his finger, and you are actually influencing him. This relationship feels like it's about to blossom. It's like he is an iron tree, but when he meets you, this tree is about to bloom with little flowers of love. It's quite remarkable. Your emotions are quite interesting, and actually this person listens to you quite a bit. Your words and thoughts can influence, him. The person who needs to restrain their behavior is actually a bit straightforward, and sometimes their words can be unpleasant. However, when you talk to him, especially when he has these more extreme thoughts or behaviors, he listens to you and takes it to heart. He genuinely feels that he is making progress when interacting with you, whether it's in his outlook on life or other aspects. In fact, when dealing with some issues, he hesitates and is cautious because you are there. I can't say that this person is highly capable and can do everything perfectly, but I do think that when you tell him, hey, this isn't right, this can't be done, we need to look at this more and weigh it again, he really listens and takes it to heart. However, he isn't like this with everyone. I think he is incredibly valuable, the kind of person who is worth it. He's very tough, with a hard exterior and especially a tough mouth. So this person easily gives off the impression that nothing bothers him, and that everything is fine. But in reality, his heart has already been melted by your energy. To others, he is like a block of stone that won't bloom or soften. However, when he interacts with you, I can't say he turns from a piece of iron into a soft cloth. But he does become softer because of your gentleness. And he feels that he actually needs to become a bit more gentle. He senses a kind of calmness from you that can bring peace to his heart. These two cards are particularly interesting. When the Swords period first appeared, it made me feel that this person, subconsciously, is someone who seems to confront everything and doesn't let anything interfere with his thoughts. He doesn't like change, but your relationship. After entering his life, you have actually started to break through the layers of hesitation and indecision that he had before. I feel that, although friends in the first group, you cannot completely change this person. You can indeed melt away some of his stubbornness and certain experiences. This person not only likes you, but he also truly has love for you and is quite satisfied with many aspects of you. Even during many moments of hesitation, he already feels that your energy is everywhere in his life. He thinks of you from time to time, just like this pink ribbon, which has a gentle and lingering energy. He feels that even when you are not by his side, the messages you send make him feel as if you are always there with him. Of course, this is how he feels about your relationship. There will definitely be some real-life obstacles, which might require him to consider certain things. So this High Priestess indicates that he is definitely restraining himself to some extent. He could express his feelings for you more passionately than he currently does, but he might not yet be in a state where he can strongly approach you. His feelings for you are very clear. However, another point is that you might. Sometimes this person is not someone who can handle emotional matters well or correctly. You might often feel that he is confused and lost. There are things that you have already hinted at, but it seems like he hasn't perceived them. So, when it comes to love, this person might not always be the best at it. To achieve a perfect score of 100, I think this group is If you want to know how much he likes you, I think it's about 70%. However, you might not feel this much intuitively. One reason is that this person is too cold, and his overall demeanor might make it seem like he likes to say unpleasant things, or sometimes avoids you. He might even come off as a bit pretentious, but actually, his level of liking for you is quite high in his heart. Moreover, I think this person is someone who wouldn't be easily changed by love, or it's very difficult to change him. However, the fact that you have already changed some things about him actually proves your importance. It shows the position you hold in his heart. This relationship is special because his passion and affection for you are greater than for others. So, I believe that, for this reason, regarding your emotions, he thinks that his attention towards you might be extremely high. However, since everyone has their own opinions and perspectives, the two of you might have different feelings about this emotion and his level of liking for you. This person has a strong image characteristic and also possesses strong qualities of the wind element. So this person, it makes me feel that if he only had to consider his feelings, he would definitely move closer to you with great determination and head towards your goodness with certainty. That's all the information for our friends who chose the first set. Thank you very much for watching, and I wish you all good luck. Remember to claim your good fortune. After liking and commenting, let's move on to the second group. For friends who chose the middle indicator card, let's draw the cards and see how this person feels about you and how much they like you. Let's take a look. Wow, there's a movie right in the first chapter. This card shows me that the other person loves you in a very low-key way, likes you and pays attention to you very discreetly. There might be some feelings of a secret crush involved here, with many things hidden inside and not expressed or confessed. Also, there are definitely some friends who came from the first set, just passing the time and looking at all three sets. Then, without paying much attention, you see the overlapping energy of the pentacles here. Really a lot of overlapping energy. As for the person represented by the Eight of Swords, their mind is now full of you. And because of you, they feel completely bound, unable to fully express themselves. It's like in other relationships, they might just impulsively charge forward. But when it comes to you, they suddenly start to feel a bit at a loss. Unlike in other situations, among them, he might look a bit like a playboy, or someone who plays the field. But when it comes to you, he starts to feel like no matter what he does, it's not quite right, and he always ends up doubting himself. So from his perspective, he might feel that he has either met someone different, or that your level is higher than his, which makes him feel this way. No matter what you do, there is a bit of confusion. This kind of feeling is present. And this group actually tends to be in the early ambiguous stage of a relationship. Moreover, for some of you, the situation might even stretch a little further. With the King of Wands here, I always feel that this person secretly has a strong desire to win you over, a strong desire to possess you. The Pentacles suggest that this person is very cautious in their actions. Their energy traits are more aligned with water and earth signs, which makes me feel that they lean towards liking you. They care about you, but they might wait for certain special moments. This person might be someone who values rituals and opportunities. Also, with the Three of Cups present, there might be some friends involved here. This relationship will have two factors, two possible points. But what does it lean towards? It's like being friends for a very long time and then suddenly starting to flirt. However, because the role of being friends has existed for so long, now transitioning to a romantic relationship feels a bit awkward, like the role change is a bit hard to handle. There might also be some friends who are influenced by third parties, which exists within this relationship. Such an obstacle from a third party means that the development of this relationship is not solely up to you and him to decide. This person's feelings for you are somewhat chaotic, similar to the feeling of meeting the right person at the wrong time. It's very clear that this person has this kind of sentiment. The mindset of struggling comes from feeling unsure about whether to move forward, backward, left, or right. It's a state of not knowing how to proceed. For friends who chose the second set, both of you seem to have a calm attitude towards this relationship, viewing it with a sense of tranquility, but the fire in his heart will burn even stronger. Now, for our friends in the second group, you also have expectations for this relationship. Your bottleneck comes from your personality and your mindset towards relationships. You don't want to push too hard in this relationship. You hope to receive positive feedback and active responses when you take action, rather than putting pressure on him or pushing the relationship in a certain direction. In the negative aspects, how does the other person's feelings for you develop? His passion is sometimes unsettled, which comes from the fact that there is a fire burning inside him. So, when he faces you, this unsettled feeling comes from his heavy thoughts. He feels that the current moment is not the right time, but he also has an immense desire to be with you. He is truly watching you silently, paying attention to you quietly. It might be that a lot of these emotions are hidden deep inside, leaning towards deeper perspectives or dimensions. When you go through life experiences, he is always paying attention. Moreover, friends in this group are particularly spiritual and insightful. When others look at you, it's very obvious that you have a somewhat extraordinary and ethereal aura. This person not only feels a sense of protection in the realm of love, but also believes that the qualities you exude make him feel that he must protect you. He feels your vulnerability and the resonance between your souls, and these things make him feel this way in his heart. There is a sense of trembling, and he feels like he can't help but pay attention to you, can't help but notice you. In this relationship, there is definitely a sense of fate where love is unattainable. Both of you have put in a lot of effort into this relationship. For some friends, you have supported each other a lot, creating a state of companionship that is particularly good in life. He is very, very passionate about this relationship, and both of you actually have a bit of silently giving to each other, without expecting anything in return. This person is helpful to you because when the Fool card appears, it makes me clearly feel that his feelings for you come from the heart. He wants to help you, not to please you or to make you happy by doing certain things, but because he genuinely cares about you. He considers you a part of his life and wants to protect you and accompany you well. However, in reality, the opportunities for you to have one-on-one interactions may not be very frequent. There might not even be many chances to meet in person, but there are some special factors that allow you two to meet and stay in contact. In this state, he really hopes that you are well, especially if he believes that your relationship can develop further. He would refuse to put you in a more passive and dangerous role or state. He doesn't want you to be in a stressful environment. The relationship between you two might be somewhat shallow in terms of acquaintance, but the feelings are very deep and extraordinary. Both of you are genuinely making efforts for each other. It's just that the emotions between you two might be something the other person is also working on. Someone who says it's suitable at this point in time, he will actively do some things, wanting to accompany you, and you also want to protect this aspect of yours. However, this person might be more mature. When he looks at emotions, if the energy of the Swords period and the Ace of Wands appears, he will consider the factors in reality to be very important. But overall, I think his level of liking for you has reached a certain point. On a scale of 80 to 90 out of 100, just to clarify, the full score is 100, not 10,000. Pay attention to this, because I think this person's feelings are rated particularly high, not because he is especially good at sweet-talking, or because he is a hopeless romantic. Rather, I believe his love for you is not personalized. He focuses more on wanting you to be well and happy. If he thinks his love would be a disturbance, he wouldn't express it. To say that it's just to satisfy him and put you in a passive state, It's because the factor of being good to you makes me feel that his liking for you is quite high, and the emotions between the two of you have an energy beyond just feelings. He feels that the connection between you two is special and destined to happen. However, if you ask him to explain what this emotion is, I think he wouldn't understand either, because he is the light of the Ace of Wands, and he always acts subconsciously, so he might not really understand what emotions truly are. If he can understand, then he is the light of the Knight of Cups. But if it's the light of the Ace of Wands, it indicates that he might be someone who acts first and thinks later. He actually wants to get closer to you, wants to be by your side. In terms of emotions, there is more energy in interacting and connecting with you because he feels that you have already become an integral part of his life, that you are already in his life. A crucial point is that he feels your presence at this moment makes everything suddenly seem meaningful. So, the degree to which he likes you leans towards a positive, non-selfish kind of love and affection. He wants you to be happy and joyful rather than just fulfilling his own desires. If he has it, he will definitely give it to you, to make you happy. So, for this group, the feeling I get is that there is a kind of soulmate connection. The degree of liking is such that this person habitually treats you well. Subconsciously, he will want to know what you need and what you care about. He will have this kind of emotional thought. So, that's all the information for our friends in the second group. Thank you very much for watching, and remember to receive your good luck blessings. After liking and commenting, let's look at the third group. For friends who chose the card on the far right, let's see how much this person likes you and what their feelings for you are like. Let's draw a card and take a look. The first card is the Two of Pentacles. It feels like there is something interesting between the two of you. He has a certain feeling for you, and sometimes, even when nothing is happening, it feels like there is some kind of energy existing between you two. Even without talking or doing anything, it feels particularly wonderful, like there are romantic love bubbles in the air. However, it seems like both of you are a bit passive, each having your own little world and your own persistence. Both of you are well aware of it, in this context. There might be some long-distance relationships, or perhaps some online romances, where you met on the internet but haven't met in person yet. It feels like each of you has your own little world and life, while at the same time being closely connected to each other. This makes it easy for long-distance relationships to happen, or it could be that you haven't met in person yet. In the real world, establishing such a connection together, I feel that the interesting point about the two of you is that there seems to be a bit of a mirror relationship. What you like, he also happens to like, and what you dislike, he also dislikes. Sometimes, when you are uncomfortable, it seems like something is not quite right on his side as well. There is a kind of resonance, even if one person is healthy and the other person might be a bit uncomfortable. Even a healthy person might inexplicably feel their heart tremble a few times one day, or even have their eyelids twitch. It's like this feeling, where you can sense another person. The two of you are really quite interesting together. Next, it's a Knight of Cups period. Does it have to be this sweet? The Knight of Cups period makes me feel like you've met your ideal type in life. So, this person's level of liking for you is indeed gradually increasing. I feel that at the beginning, he might have been a bit restrained, but later on, you will feel that this emotional relationship seems more and more suitable. No matter how you look at it, the more beautiful it seems, the more you will feel increasingly captivated, and the more you look, the more you like it. There won't be a situation where you stop liking it after a while. Instead, after liking it for a long time, you will find that this relationship is actually very suitable on many levels, especially in a way that allows you to be yourself, feeling the beauty within it. Additionally, the Knight of Cups makes me feel that the other person is enjoying the slow-paced state of the relationship with you. He seems to cherish the free and light-hearted energy of the ambiguity between you two. If you want him to do something quickly, he might have his own pace and may not necessarily follow your ideas, but indeed it is true that he particularly cares about this emotional relationship, and you see the King of Law has also appeared. And this Ace of Wands gives the feeling that you are everywhere. The reversed Six of Swords. Okay, these cards clearly convey the message to me. For friends who chose the third set, the emotions your partner has for you have a kind of permeating feeling, as if he has been a part of your life for a long time, or even if the time has been short, it feels like it has been long. A person of very significant importance, this individual has a kind of intense feeling about the emotions between you two. This intensity doesn't necessarily mean it was there from the beginning. Initially, he might have thought you were a good romantic partner, or found a particular aspect of you especially beautiful, creating this state. And especially for some friends, this is particularly true if you have an especially attractive appearance. I have to say that this person is somewhat physically attracted to you because a certain, very attractive part of your body immediately caught his heart. Some friends have particularly good figures, with long legs and belong to the type, with very curvy bodies. Some friends have very attractive facial features, with a pair of expressive eyes. Other friends have great skin, a good sense of style, and overall aura. There is always one point that particularly grabs this person. At first he was curious about you, wanting to observe and understand you. As time goes on, he realizes, wow, this is my genius. He will have this feeling, thinking he has met his ideal type. He is actually someone who warms up to emotions, slowly. It's likely that he has had some unpleasant emotional experiences in the past, so he is cautious when it comes to emotions and doesn't want to get too involved in a relationship. After giving too much and then getting hurt, he sometimes feels like you are so wonderful, almost as if there's a filter. So, you might notice that he tries to understand the details about you. You might find that sometimes what he says feels a bit off, making you uncomfortable. However, I think he is testing the waters a bit, because he feels that many aspects are particularly beautiful, so it might be easy to start doubting or testing these aspects again. But more than that, I think he wants to slow down. The reason for slowing down is not because you are not good, but because this person wants to experience a long-lasting, steady relationship. From his perspective, he might feel that there are still some things between the two of you right now. The lacking point or the obstacle? But as for him, he actually hopes to get to know you more. However, you can be sure that he feels like you have cast a huge net over him, enveloping him completely. Such a person makes him feel like there is too much of your energy in his life, as if he is tightly entangled by you. I think this person has a bit of a feeling. If he is a man, he would definitely have a certain degree of male chauvinism, meaning he actually hopes to be able to control the whole situation in the relationship and have significant authority. However, with your appearance, it seems that when he looks at the relationship, he feels restrained by you. He feels that sometimes when he makes decisions, if he were dealing with other people, he might make those decisions without hesitation. However, when he faces you, he can't handle it. He fears that some of the things he does might hurt you or affect your mindset. So I think this person is somewhat restrained because of you. Additionally, I feel that this person, when it comes to emotions, is quite negative and pessimistic. Not the type to be head over heels in love. But what about it? You have the ability to make his emotions more positive. I feel that this person can be a bit impatient at times, the kind who might easily start an argument if something is said incorrectly. However, sometimes you can calm him down and manage his state. So this person sometimes realizes this about himself. When it seems like he needs to follow your pace and make arrangements, he easily gets anxious and feels like it's not going to work out, that it's doomed. He might feel trapped in this relationship, which makes him more likely to feel conflicted or struggle. However, his feelings for you are actually quite positive. He thinks of you as a treasure that needs more time to be carefully unearthed. He wants to extract your beauty and focus on your excellent qualities. For this group of friends, people might see you in one way on the surface, but internally you are in a different state. So he really feels that you are like a kaleidoscope, where a slight shift reveals a different kind of beauty. His emotional attention towards you is also becoming deeper over time. Moreover, it seems like there are many reasons in your lives that can help establish a connection in the relationship and spread some of the emotional energy within it. So, what I can see is that this person has unconsciously reached a level where it's hard to part ways. So his possessiveness towards you is quite strong. However, in this group there might be some economic disparities or other issues. Are there any obstacles? Or family obstacles? I feel that this person, when it comes to this relationship, tends to be somewhat inclined towards that kind of situation. Able to move, but doesn't. When you want to give up, he starts moving again. Such a person makes you gradually want to hit him, doesn't he? So I think when it comes to this person, looking at the emotions between you two, if you say he's passive, he is passive, but he can also be active. It's really hard to describe his feelings. With just one word, now, facing you, he is indeed not calm anymore, because the king has already appeared. What is a king? A king is someone who says, I am in this position in the relationship, even to the extent of possessiveness, or having the dominant role. So this person should have a desire to take action in the relationship, or even to develop it further. However, overall, I think he still has a hope that this relationship can brew a little longer to maintain this state for a while, because I feel that the Ace of Wands represents a kind of free energy. If your relationship has reached a point where you think it's time to take it to a deeper level, he might not have planned that far ahead. He still wants freedom and needs space. He needs to complete certain things in his life, like building with blocks, piece by piece, accumulating them. From a point to a line and then to a surface, once everything is well connected and maintained, he will feel particularly courageous. There is a bit of a halo effect, hoping that when he expresses his emotions in front of you, he can play the role of a courteous person. He hopes to be a bit more excellent and more positively energetic. Therefore, this person is likely to carry a sense of pride, or a mindset of wanting to appear impressive. When considering and observing your relationship, so regarding how much this person likes you, I would say it's around 89 out of 100. Looking at all three sets today, I think the emotions are quite good. This person's strength is that he sees you as someone who perfectly fits his ideal type. His weakness, though, is that he tends to think that not only should the relationship be good, but everything else in life should be great too. According to his worldview, feelings are not necessarily the first priority. It's estimated that his career and many aspects of his life are the things he particularly wants to focus on. This concludes all the content for friends who chose the third set. Thank you very much for watching. I wish you all good luck. Remember to claim your good fortune. We'll see you in the next public video. Bye bye.